Are you lost? Are you frustrated and you want to start either making your business go further or your life, and you want to really start living a life of prosperity and purpose? Well, if that's you and you're frustrated where you are right now, not making the money that you're making, not having the business that you want to have, we are going over how to create that life filled with prosperity and purpose and shift your business so you can start attracting all the things that you want and live that fulfilling life of purpose versus being like the rest of the corporate drones out there walking zombies. So if that sounds like you, let's get into this video. All right, so first off, prosperity is truly a vibe. It is how you see your life. So I've done plenty of videos that you can check out on my website or on my YouTube channel that you can go into, like how to live prosperous, basically how to start thinking abundantly. And that can help you because it really is a vibe. It's a state of being. And if you're frustrated in your business right now, it's really all coming from here. Okay. So, or if you're wanting to shift into full-time photography, it really is just, there's some tactical things to do, but it starts here, right? Bob Proctor says, if you see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. So let's get into how to create that vibe. So the answer is really like, you can do this at any point in time, becoming prosperous and having a purposeful life. Like it really is just a thought. You can feel it anytime. It all comes from within. I know that's stuff that you don't want to hear sometimes because you're like, the world is out to get me, but it's really not. You just have to, like we've said in prior videos, you have to make a decision. Like, what do you want to do? And what would make your life feel more prosperous? And it's different for everyone. So for a long time for me, I'm very money motivated, just working and doing things that I love and enjoy and getting paid really well for them is how I live a prosperous and purposeful life. I have an amazing family, my son and my sister and my family, my boyfriend, like we all are such blessings, And to me, that's prosperity, not necessarily just money, but it all comes from a state of being. Like, are you seeing the lack or are you seeing the abundance? So when you're right, you're right. When you're thinking certain thoughts, feelings, and actions, you're going to produce a life of whatever those thoughts, feelings, and actions are, right? So it's either going to be you're trapped in a job that sucks or you're going to be moving towards your goals, right? In your business and your life. Like one of the things that I think a lot of people have to do is take the governor off of your life. And it's funny because I hadn't heard that term until we recently rented a minivan for like a soccer tournament in Vegas. And I was like, my boyfriend was like, I think there's a governor on the, the gas or whatever, like the accelerator. Like you could only go so fast because it was a rental, which I thought was really funny. I'm like, I actually quite like that because he's not the best driver. And I oftentimes get scared for my life. But I believe in God and God has a plan for me. So we're just going to keep it safe. So you got to turn off that governor. Like whatever you think holds you back. Like I said, when you're right, you're right. When you're convinced that it's the reason, it's the reason. But if you're convinced that you're worth more and you're worthy of more, you will have it. If you slowly start to take the steps that I've talked about in all the different videos, like the seagull, making a decision, taking those thoughts and seeing them and meditating on them every single day. Like if you do all these things, you will create a prosperous life. But it's the first step is taking the governor off, learning how to dream bigger. The mind thinks in pictures, right? So you have to picture it. I mean, everything I've ever done, I've pictured in my head and I've created it. I mean, I literally have created everything. Some things have taken longer. Like I remember I wanted to redo this house. My friends used to make fun of me. They're like, you've been talking about it for 7 years. And I'm like, well, look at, I freaking did it. It's a brand new house. And I did it because I took the governor off. I figured out how. I saw it in my mind and I did it. I didn't do it alone. When you do it, you realize you can do more and more and more. That's the thing that's so beautiful about living a prosperous and purposeful life is like more is waiting as long as you're willing to take it. So the more you think about it, you become it, right? You've heard me talk in other videos about my meditations and what I do and how I kind of shift my vibe because it really is all a vibe. It's what you're projecting out into the world. You're getting these laws and principles are all working. They're either working for us or against us, right? So if you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going to get negative stuff. But if you're thinking positive thoughts, you're going to get positive stuff. Like there are even things that I need to work on. Like I'm trying to get my kid into the school and I feel like I'm having negative thoughts about the whole scenario. And I'm like, nope, abundance everywhere. It's going to happen. There's going to be lots of people leaving California because it's so expensive. And he's just going to get one of those slots from one of the kids leaving. That's it. It's going to happen. You just have to see abundance everywhere. Every time you start having a negative thought, replace it with a positive one. Nope, that's not happening today because there's abundance everywhere. There's trees everywhere. There's money everywhere. There's stuff everywhere, positive stuff everywhere. And it sounds a little hokey, but it's a vibe. That's what's going to happen. If you want to live a prosperous and purposeful life, you got to do what you love and you got to put the vibe towards it. And you got to start thinking the thoughts, seeing the pictures in your head over and over and over again. And then to the point where it gets so dang repetitive, it's just when it comes, you're like, I saw it 5 billion times already. Here it is, and then you're going to realize, oh, if I could do that, then I could do this. And then the governor's off, right? The governor comes off, which is awesome when that day happens. It's amazing. So you have to act as a person would be. So let's go into, I'm a 5-figure photographer, or I'm a person wanting to go full-time into photography. Well, what would that look like for you? Okay. So you have to break it down. Like, how much would I have to make? I'm at 50,000 right now, and that's not really cutting. I need to get to 6 figures. So then how would that look? Would you be doing portraits? Would you be doing events? Would you be doing corporate? Headshots, like what would it be? And then what would you charge, right? What would you charge for all that? And how many shoots would you have to do? And if you're doing that many shoots, like what would that look like as a photographer? Would it be somebody that like responds to emails quickly, figures out pricing, like does all the things? You got to start acting as if, because you're not going to get where you want to go doing the same things that you're doing currently. Like we have, 60,000, 70,000 thoughts a day. And 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts we had yesterday, which is why we have the same stuff we have today. So you got to start thinking different thoughts. So a person that, let's use me for example, a person that needs to make 6 figures is doing events, bar and bat mitzvahs, and corporate here or there. Maybe you do weddings too. Well, I need to make like $4,000 times 30 events in a year. That's $120,000 right there. So then you just have to like charge $4,000, give or take, for every event, or make that 2 events a month. Nothing. 2 events a month, that's awesome. Like $4,000, give or take, you're at 6 figures. You just got to hit the right people. So you got to become the person that you want to be. You have to start thinking the thoughts of that person that you want to be. And that's why it's so important to figure out what you love doing, because if you start moving in that direction, and it doesn't mean that you have to be an entrepreneur. We're not all made to be entrepreneurs. Maybe it's, a teacher, and then you create a problem where you see the parents are struggling to figure out stuff, and then you just create a little pamphlet to help them, and then maybe they all buy it for $10. I don't know, $20. And then it's an extra $10,000 a year. So if you're at 6 figures or not 6 figures, you make 10,000 more. It all depends on what you want and the vibe that you want to go for. But you have to first see it in your head, and then you have to think about it. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Thoughts, you have the thought in your head, you have the feeling, you feel what it likes to be that, and then that transforms into actions that you take, and then you get results. It's that simple. It's just a matter of you doing it. Okay, so after you think about the person that you want to become, I really want you to think about what it is that you want. What is it that you truly want? If you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Write it down and just think about all the current things that you don't like right now, and write down all the things that you want and what it would look like if you had that. And then take all the bad things and scribble them out, whatever you want, burn them, trash them, but only focus on the positive things of what you want to have happen. And then just believe it can happen. Like every day, see abundance and think about you becoming that person, that 6-figure photographer, and whatever it is that you want to do. Like just think about how that person would be and what it looks like and feels like, and meditate on it day and night. Once you make that decision, it's going to happen. And that is how you live a prosperous and purposeful life, is by doing what you love, taking the governor off of your whatever's holding you back, eliminating all the things that you don't want, focusing on all the things you do want, seeing that mental picture in your head every single day, every day, until you literally hold it in your hand. And then there it is. You have it. And there are times that are going to be tough, and things are going to come up, and you're going to feel negative, and then it's not working. And what you do in those times is you just see all the positive things. You see all the progress you've made. You know, you can also do a vision board. I mean, I'm actually going to create a vision movie of what I want and just watch it every day. Like when I get frustrated and down and like I feel like I'm in lack mode, I just listen to my voice recordings, or I listen to, stuff from people I follow that motivate me. And I just know it's coming. It's on its way. I could see it because the mind thinks in pictures. Like you can have to see it in your mind before you can hold it in your hand. There was no, like, I don't know, the Eiffel Tower wasn't built by genie. It was built by people that saw it in their head and created it. The Statue of Liberty was the same. It's like you have to see it in your head and then you make a plan to build it, and then you get the plan, put together, and the people start building it, and then you have the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower, or the six-figure photo business, or the love of your life. Insert whatever it is on the paper and make the plan to have it happen. But you got to see it over and over and over and over again. I'm telling you, it's a repetition. It's the one piece that I didn't realize I was kind of missing, was that constant repetition, the burning desire. When I started my photo business, I had a burning desire, but what I realize now is a constant repetition and elimination of negative thoughts. So it is all a vibe, and you can live a prosperous and purposeful life. You just have to choose it and take the necessary steps to get it done. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Okay. All right. So if you like this video and got value out of it, comment down below, and definitely like and subscribe so we can keep the channel going. I love helping you guys. And if you are wanting more out of life and wanting to take your business to the next level and get it to that 6 figures and beyond, let me know. I'm happy to help. Comment down below, reach out, and we can schedule a call to chat about it. And until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.